name is Elsa. Have you ever wondered what goes on in other people's minds? Well, you're certainly not the first. The history of psychology is full of many famous psychologists who wondered the same thing, as well as important discoveries and milestones and misconceptions about mental illness. Some famous psychologists include Wilhelm Wundt, who founded the first psychological laboratory in Leipzig University, and Sigmund Freud, who studied psychoanalysis and treated many different patients. Freud is also famous for his many writings and books. Some other famous psychologists include Ivan Pavlov, who studied classical conditioning, the idea that you can train someone to respond to an action or a word, and Carl Jung, who studied archetypes or personality types. Jung's research would later be used in many different personality tests, including the Myers-Briggs type indicator. Some important discoveries and milestones in psychology include the study of sensory physiology in 1867. Sensory physiology is the idea that the five senses in biology can influence the human mind. In 1892, Stanley Hall founded the American Psychological Association, and in 1905, the Binet-Simon test was created. This test was the first IQ test in the world. Some misconceptions about mental illness include the idea of trepanation, which is the practice of cutting a hole out of someone's head to cure them of their mental illness. This practice was mostly used in many ancient civilizations around the world, including Greece, Rome, and even South America. This was also used in early modern Europe as well. In 1357, the first mental hospital in London was opened. This was a big deal because before that, the mentally ill were not allowed to be treated and were instead confined at home. With the addition of the mental hospital, patients could get the care they needed. In ancient Greece, Hippocrates and Galen studied humoral theory, which was the idea that everyone was made up of four humors. These humors controlled your personality and mental health, and if your humors became unbalanced, then your mental health would decline. After learning about and researching many different ideas in the history of psychology, my perspective on it definitely changed. There are so many famous psychologists, discoveries, and misconceptions about mental illness, and the field is only growing.